hate puppies. Good podcast.
I feel threatened.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah. How about them tigers? That's my Cocho.
Oh, okay. I was like, the hell was that? Did you just be real me, dude?
Dude, Be Real is straight garbage. I've entered 4 Be Reals tonight, and every time I go back to the app,
It's not there?
It keeps telling me to post your late Be Real. See, just did it again.
They just did a whole new update on it, and it's like
It's garbage. I'm about to fucking cancel this thing.
Anywho.
You have all that. Oh, like I don't even have a Be Real.
Well, it gets reset from the time you post late, right? If you post, you get 24 hours till the next one, right?
Who knows? It's garbage.
Nobody knows. My whole camera's busted any damn way. Like this thing's not even. Oh, that's not good.
This is going
Oh,
great.
damn it.
Well, don't worry about it. I'll get you a new camera.
I'm sending that one. I literally belched in the middle of it. You better hope that one goes out. Yep. Look, literally belching.
Nice.
Dope
I
one.
see that.
That's pretty good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Social Media House, the only podcast dedicated to talking about pictures on our phones.
Yeah.
The only
Yes.
podcast dedicated to solving first world problems. If I don't do it, then it feels like I might
Forget
OCD, you know, and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking next week. Troy, you did get a beer today, right?
I did.
What'd you
I
get?
did.
Whew, thank goodness. All I know is it had
It's a
Griswold in
Christmas
the name.
beer, yeah.
I
Oh,
was
okay.
excited about that.
Christmas.
I went to Kroger for the first time in forever. And
I stopped going to Kroger during the pandemic because I felt like Kroger was basically the wet market of our area.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Everything's closed down except for Kroger.
My wife shops there every week, and she kept saying during the pandemic how it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And it's and then they built the Publix, which is on my side of the road, so I've just been going there because I don't do shopping. So if I need one or two things, I'll just zip in. It's easy to get into. One of my biggest problems with Kroger has always been the shit show that is the parking lot, getting in and out. Kind of go around, got to go deep in, go around, kind of snake back around, get back in. It's always a nightmare.
And they always, for some reason, they have a super slow person walking across and then a fast person walking across at the same time, just enough to create like a horrible Frogger effect where you just got to sit.
You got to sit
so
there.
You just wait.
But today we had parent teacher conferences at the school, which is directly behind Kroger. So I was like, sweet. On the way out, I'm just going to zip in there because I'm be coming from the back end and it'll be quick and easy. I pull in that thing and I make a left down the lane. And I see this freaking big 4-door GMC truck ass half out in the drive lane. So I stop.
Stop quick.
Yeah, I'm like, shit, somebody's backing out. This might not be a bad spot. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I don't see any taillights. This thing hadn't moved an inch.
Well, it's a GMC.
So I like creep up and kind of go around. I'm looking through the back window, like, do I need to gun it so it doesn't back into me? Like, what's going on here? And I don't see any heads in the cab. So I park down at the end of the lot, and I'm like walking back up. This damn thing, and I should post the pics on our Facebook page because it would make the story even that much better. But it's taking up 2 spots, but more importantly, it's taking up half the damn drive lane. There's 5 or 6 feet in front of it to the next spots. It was one of the worst parking lots.
So when you said 2 spots, I was almost wondering if it pulled through, but you're saying its ass was halfway out to the
No, but
it's 2 spots
so
wide.
2 spots, like the line is right down the center of the hood.
Yeah. And, you know, we've all seen the posts with like the asshole in the 4x4 that's like taking up 4 spots, but they're at least like in the parking spaces, like not hanging out.
This is a new level of douchebaggery.
Yeah, this was like, I mean, this is a parking job you'd see like outside of an ER. You know, like, oh shit, my child's dying. Like, I've got to bail this thing. I might not even put it in park. Like, I'm jumping out.
Like, they've got to reattach this arm.
The ice is melting.
Yeah.
This was like, this was closer to the rear of this was further from the store than closer. So it was like, it's not like you were saving time or effort or anything.
Well,
I can't stand that shit. You know what I don't mind is when I see like a really nice car and they park way
all the way in the back,
and they go find it like, and if they
and they're
take
diagonal.
If they
care.
do that, I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
There's 75 spots between you and the next guy.
Yep.
So if you want to just pull in right there, like I'm actually gonna let that ride. But you do that right in the mix.
Yeah.
I can't stand you. And I have confronted people. I've asked them, I'm like, is everything okay?
Yeah, so I said
I will do that. They're like, what do you mean? Be like, are you having a stroke?
Yeah. So I sent you guys a Marco Polo, and somebody like saw me like videoing it, and they were like, what the hell is that? I'm like, seriously, like that's the biggest asshole move I've ever seen. Like, so I go in the store, I buy the beer for the deli, and I come back out, and I see there's just like redneck old piece of shit lady getting in it. And then, like, I'm walking up to it.
Super hot, though.
Not even a little bit. So, but I'm walking up to it, and this other redneck chick, trashy chick's walking next to me, and I almost turn and say to her, look at this asshole's parking job. But I go around the front of it because the driver was already in the car and I didn't know what she was doing. Then the other trashy chick got in the passenger side. So I was like... Whew, thank God I didn't say anything to him.
Damn. I wish you would have. Oh, that would have been great.
But dude, like, I don't want to say anything anymore because you don't know. Like, I was like, should I say something? And I was like, this crazy chick, she obviously doesn't give two flying fucks. Like, she could pull a fucking gun out. Yeah. Like,
concealed carry.
Those two could just attack me. Like,
I was driving along the other day. This reminds me of a story. So like, my wife and I were going to some wineries out in Charlottesville a couple weeks ago, and we get on 64, just the road that goes east and west. Anyone who's not in the area, and the like we had the map on, and the map Google's going, there is a problem up ahead. We're going to give you a detour. Well, I guess things escalated a little too quickly, and Google missed that one. Like it backed up hard, and the reason that happened is they were letting people go all the way to the accident, and then when the cops got up there, they actually were like, this is a full detour situation. So when they picked a new spot to make the end, we got held up in between two exits, and the whole thing everything had to come down to the one lane. Now I've been very good this whole time. This was probably about 45 minutes of like,
oh shit.
We've got less than a mile to the exit where everyone has to get off.
Which, by the way, for those that aren't in the area, 45 minutes from that should be the entire trip from the time you get on 64 to Charlottesville. Like,
and we left to have a late lunch, which is now becoming. So now I'm not.
You're hangry.
I'm not a pleasant son of a bitch, and I'm not a huge fan of that hangry term, but that's highly appropriate in this situation. I was getting pretty hangry, and my wife. She's always a saint, so she had a great attitude on it.
Objection! Hearsay!
Where's the dump button?
So she was holding it together.
Yeah, totally chill.
And so...
in the highest of spirits.
Yes, just like... she's calming me down.
Positive.
Yeah,
reaffirming.
Oh, very much
so. Yeah.
It's like, honey, you still look good despite that little glistening of sweat on your forehead. Anger. And we're sitting in the little Miata, top down, baking now.
Oh, God,
sun. Like, super. This is great. All of it.
Doesn't even have to be hot. When you're in the sun and you're not moving in a convertible like that, like it gets hot.
It was a beautiful day.
Yeah.
It had to be in the 70s, but it's like now you're stopped and it's just sun. And you're like, great. And so
blue jeans are getting warm.
Yes. And so everybody is stuck. And everybody's putting on their blinkers and everybody's trying to get over. We're all in this together. And all of a sudden, like, I finally get to the point. Now, I have not shot up.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm holding back.
I always try to do the hold back thing where, like, I'm gonna keep my ass out in this lane to keep all the a-holes from, like, filling that.
Oh, yeah, there's been people going down the shoulders, and I'm, like, refusing to do that. Like, I'm not doing that. And there's the people who have pulled out in the shoulder just to stop the people. Mm-hmm. And so now they're causing another traffic, which I respect.
I love the people that when they do the ass out or pull out in the shoulder, I love the people that zip up behind them, and then they get mad that they're blocking their way.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Laying on the horn? Like, no, they're not the asshole.
I had that happen to me.
Well, the best are when the rigs do it.
Yeah, because then they
like,
own it.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I actually had that a few years ago, same highway, different direction. And I did that. I pulled out and I was like, you're not coming down this. Like, I'm sick and tired of this. Everybody's stuck. Suck it up. We're in this together. And this lady comes up and she starts screaming at me like I'm crazy. And she's like, my husband's in here and he's got Alzheimer's and I've got to go.
No, you don't. He won't remember.
Yeah. Literally, that's literally what I said to her. I go, he's not going to remember it, so shut up.
Yeah.
Enjoy the time.
Yeah.
But so I'm in here.
Just keep telling him it's been 5 minutes since we hit traffic.
So we get to that point where everyone's merging, and I'm doing the nice thing where I'm not racing up to create the new traffic jam up there because everything's moving. So I'm going the same speed, and I've got my blinker on. And I'm just sitting next to this chick and like, she's not letting you in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we all have to get in. And like, I'm getting closer to the thing and I've been holding it. Other people are getting in behind her and she's not letting me in. And I'm like, my blinker's on. You see me because I'm top down. You literally see me.
Yeah.
And then my wife is finally like, what is this lady's problem? And she's like, excuse me. She's like, can we get in? Can we get in here? And the lady goes, no.
Oh, snap.
And we're like, what do you mean no?
Yeah.
Like, we need to get in.
Yeah.
The cops are up there. Like, we have to get in.
There's no more lane.
Yeah.
And she goes, no.
Oh.
And then we go, why? And she goes, call it entitlement. I'm entitled. And then she just turns her head and just keeps going.
Kidding me.
And so I'm like, fuck you. I've got a little tiny car.
Yeah.
So like I wait till there's 6 inches and I jam my nose in there and she tries to ram me.
Oh, snap.
Like she actually like comes up and I have to like dart back out. I was like, oh, this bitch. So I downshifted and shot up and went
in front of the next car.
The one thing I wasn't trying to do, which was, but I was like, screw this, and went up. The whole rest of the ride, like we're all on these back roads. And my wife's like, why are you slowing up? And I was like, because I still need revenge.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what I'm going to do, and she's like, what if she has a gun? What if she has a, and I was like, then so be it. But this lady is going to pay somehow, some way. She's going to pay for this. Because she literally told me.
Did you see her anymore?
She made a move where there was one point where everyone was turning right and I turned right and she went straight. So she was some country bumpkin like out there. But she literally just said, no, call it entitlement. I'm entitled.
You get to that point where it's like, you got to do the zipper thing where one person gets in, the next person goes, next person gets in, next person goes. Like,
she refused to let anybody in. It was so annoying. But
what a miserable lady.
Oh, she's a piece of shit. But I guarantee it was her fucking cousin.
Her people
that was parked over there like that. And you see it all the time. I'm one of those guys where I'll park, and if I get out and realize that I'm like on that line.
Oh yeah.
I get back in my car and back out. Even if it causes the awkwardness where somebody sees, oh, this guy's backing out. And I'll be like, I'm not. I wave my hand.
Yep.
Like, I'm going back in. I'm just trying to not be a douche.
Well, that's what's so crazy about your story is that GMC, that picture you showed, is a 4-door, 6-foot bed GMC.
It's a huge truck.
The end of the parking line is where like the bed of the truck starts.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like
it's
more than
ridiculous.
half of the truck is or 3/4 of the truck is not even. It's
this isn't a mistake. Like this wasn't, I missed the line by a foot. This was, I don't give 2 shits about anyone else in this world but myself.
No, I'm 6 feet from how far I should be pulled in.
Yeah.
I'm directly over both of these.
Big aggressive bumper, aftermarket bumper that's like made to fucking push brush out of the way, like on the front of it. So like, I don't know why she didn't pull up. She could have moved the car in front of her out of the way if she wanted to. Like, she just was being an asshole.
Which would have been awesome.
Yeah, that was
I even go so far when I'm in the Miata, I pull so my back bumper is with the other bumpers that are out there.
Yeah.
Because I hate when I'm like,
when you think you see a spot. Yeah.
And it's some Mini Cooper. And I'm like, son of a bitch. Or a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I intentionally always even leave the ass of the Miata out.
Yeah.
Just like, there's a car here.
Yep.
Not trying to upset anybody.
It's called having basic freaking common courtesies for your fellow man.
that's not always the case.
No.
Well, and your lady probably got a little bit of power control and just took it like, oh, I have the power. I can keep you out of line.
Talking to you, Brendan.
Oh, she had the power. She was in that spot.
She's just like, it's a little trip.
But she knew it.
Yeah,
she
she just was like, her life sucks. But she's like, oh, the one time I have a little bit of power, I'm going to hold it over this nice gentleman and his wife who need to get over.
Call it entitlement.
They look like they're having fun in their convertible riding up to the mountains. Let me try to ruin their day a little bit.
Well, something that
covered in cat hair sitting in their old minivan.
Something I do when I'm in traffic like that is because you always get there's a huge space and people fly up and then they come to a dead stop. And I'm like, so what I'll do is I'll do what most truckers will do. I'll put it, if everybody's going like 40 and they come to a sudden stop and then they do another 40 and they come to a sudden stop, I'll just put it like 20 miles an hour and just everybody keeps moving. And by the time I get to where those brake lights are, then it starts going again. So I'm just like slow cruising.
One thing I always do when I'm driving on any highway is try to leave multiple car lengths ahead of me just because I know how I am and people are. You're checking your phone, you're checking the radio, you're looking down. So by leaving some extra car lengths, you're giving yourself more stopping time. And then like you leave when there's a lot of traffic, I don't leave as much, obviously, but I'll leave a couple, and then like some assholes zip in every time. And I'm like, well, now I got to slow down. And I also hate when people are like riding up, hitting brakes, riding up, hitting brakes, riding up, hitting brakes. I'm like, you don't know how to drive if that's how you're driving.
No, you're not helping anybody.
Like, because my daughter, she asked me when I was doing it one time, and she's like, Dad, just go up there. Just go up there. Why are you waiting? I was like, I can hurry up there, but we're just going to stop again.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait. No,
there's something about moving
makes everybody happy.
So much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll go out of my way if I can stay moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's why I don't disagree with the 20 when everyone's doing 40 to stop. The 20 feels good.
Well, and I mean, gas. It's better for your car and for your miles per gallon if you don't ever come to a complete stop. Like that's where so much of your fuel gets burned up.
Yeah, the stop go.
Boom, boom, boom.
I can't.
So yeah, that put me in a shitty mood.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
I'm very familiar with it, unfortunately.
Well, this will put you guys in a new mood.
Oh, here we go.
Because this comes out Friday. I won the lottery.
Oh yeah.
I hope you do. I hope you do. I would be perfectly happy.
Everybody that's listening would be content.
That would be so weird if I knew someone who won that kind of money because I would have a roller coaster of emotions being so happy for them and then worried about them because it almost always ends poorly for those people.
But not us. It would end very well for us. We would nail that shit.
Totally.
I would never be in a bad mood again because what could go wrong?
Money solves all your problems.
That's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've always heard.
I already have just off the top of my head, I won't say it out loud, but I know the people that would be hitting me up for money already.
Really?
Come on. We all have them, right? Like whether they be family members or friends, like they would come out of the woodwork. There's people that are in your head right now that would be like, hey, buddy, haven't talked to you in a while. What's been going on?
Yeah,
remember me?
Yeah.
Remember second grade? We were tight.
I got a great business venture that you would love to get into.
Would be fun just to run Shark Tank on your butt. Actually, they did that in Always Sunny in Philadelphia, didn't they?
Oh,
had a little bit of money, and they kept inviting people in to see how they. But that would be a blast to just Shark Tank your buddies, and once a month, give $50,000 to one of those ideas. But you're getting 50%.
You're paying $50,000 and never hear from that person again. Is what you're paying for.
Yeah, because it's not like I've got that Mark Cuban, business acumen. Yeah. Like I would have already done it had I been that smart. So I will help you run your business into the ground.
This is hush money.
Yeah.
Like, go away.
You loan friends money like that, they're never going to pay you back, and they will do all they can to avoid you for the rest of time.
Well, what was that? A Bronx Tale. And they were like, when he lent the money and he's like been chasing the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, do you like the guy? He's like, no. And he's like, then it cost you $20 to never have to speak to that guy ever again. He was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's not so bad.
No.
He's like, yeah, stop chasing him.
Nope.
He's never coming around.
Nope.
But it is $1 billion cash payout. If you can screw up $1 billion, you're a special kind of person.
It's not you. It's not the person. It's everybody putting their fucking claws into them.
Well, don't you just disappear then for at least a couple years?
How?
Costa Rica, for starters.
You cannot disappear. Oh, yeah, because you'll be safe down there once those fools figure out you're a billionaire.
I'll be totally undercover.
Yeah.
You'd never even know.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I buy the whole town.
They don't
What's your most expensive property here in Costa Rica? This one right here. I'd
Tear
like
it
to buy
down.
it.
let you buy it.
Well, someone lives in there. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're like, I think this guy has money.
Yeah.
Don't recognize him with the mustache.
I mean, you can look up anybody's value on the internet now, you know, like,
Can you? I've never done it.
yeah, you can look up net worth on the internet.
I'll change my name.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. You're the first one to think of that.
Yes. Crendon Benedy. Nailed it.
He looks rich.
The true rich people are the ones that don't look rich. That's how you know.
In today's world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know a truly rich motherfucker.
Cargo shorts, flip flops, a
Yeah.
busted tee. That guy's a billionaire.
That guy is killing it. But it's true. If you go into like a high end restaurant and there's a dude in there who just like looks like he doesn't belong,
Yeah.
that's the richest dude in
Yeah.
the room.
They're the ones that don't. They're the ones that are constantly flying first class, are flying in the if they're flying in commercial at all, if they don't have their own plane.
I was going to say, rich people don't fly commercial. Like, first class is for, like, the rich, poor folk.
That's upper middle.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but you are right. It's the one guy that doesn't look the part.
No, and they're never like shredded. Rich people have given up. They're like, I'll have gravy on everything. And they just like, if you ever notice, you go and buy like really expensive shirts. Like if you go in like Nordstrom, you look at like dress shirts, the most expensive shirts, that slim fit shit ain't happening. It's like everything has got just a little more fabric to it.
It's a comfortable.
Having your own jet sounds like it would be one of the most ultimate luxuries you could possibly have with the shit show that is today's airline service.
Yeah.
Like, because not that I've ever flown first class, but it's not like flying first class gets you out of all the hell that is going to an airport and dealing with idiots all the time. Where having your own plane is like walk out on the tarmac, they'll take off when you get there.
I've actually heard that if you can afford your own plane in this day and age, that there's so many services that will allow you to rent out that plane.
Yeah.
You can almost make your money back.
You can basically, you just have to have the money to be able to outlie
Yeah.
to get the G6 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once you have it, then it's like, okay, you pull it into the airport, you get out and then be like, hey, I don't need that for the next little bit.
It's like the electric cars we were talking about, the automated electric cars. Like when you own one, it'll be able to be an Uber on its own.
Yeah, well, that's basically
Yeah.
it. You pull into the private airport and you go, hey, feel free to.
You pay a maintenance company and a sales company to
It's like
do all the
having
logistics.
it's like a rental property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you let it
But
go.
you have to have the money to sustain the non-rental parts because half the time the planes are on the ground.
Yeah. But that's
Real money.
You
trying
can
to
make,
pay for this thing just sitting there.
Yeah, but real money is when you're not even using it, but 6 times a year and you have it sitting there.
and it sits there. That's what I mean. No, like, a guy like me, if I could ever get my hands on a plane,
No,
I
things
would be
like
renting
that,
that out.
like planes like that, like if you don't use them, it's worse than using them. Like Jay Leno has a whole team of people that just maintain his vehicles.
they
that
literally have
just
to
sit there.
start them,
Yeah.
drive them around,
Yeah.
put them back where they were, polish them,
Yep.
and they do that every
Change
day.
all the fluids, even if they don't go
Yeah.
like you're not driving those cars 3,000 miles, but you're changing all the fluids and stuff. Like,
You have to too. If
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
run a machine,
Yeah, you'll kill it.
it stops running. I mean, what the hell was that? I thought that was your neck, bro. Oh my God.
No, it doesn't do that every time.
I saw you turn your head. I didn't realize you'd pulled your headphones. I was like, that dude's dead.
He just snapped his own neck.
I was half expecting to see his body just fall to the ground.
Well, you know, that's how they do that. Like you and I could get into it. Like if you are into flying, instead of buying a $50,000-$60,000 plane, there's flying clubs where like
You can be part of a lease.
Well, what I'm talking about is a club where the club owns multiple planes, and then you just pay a monthly fee, and then you can take it up for a couple hours here and there. You could go on a trip with it as long as no one else is using it, and you just pay for the fuel and whatever.
You know, they do that with those boat clubs.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and like, so young Jimmy became a member of the Freedom Boat Club.
They have one here.
And yeah, they got one down here in the James River, and then they got a couple at Lake Anna that are Freedom, and like, but so he's on a lake in South Carolina, and they got that Freedom Boat Club, and he's like, this is so much better than having a boat.
Yeah.
He's like, this is amazing. He's like, it's a 10-minute drive from my house. Mm-hmm. I go there, and all I have to do is just hit him up that morning and be like, hey, I want a pontoon.
Yeah.
Today I'm wakeboarding. He's like, it's amazing.
Oh,
He's
so
like,
he gets different boats, choice of different.
they got the
that's
whole
awesome.
stable of boats, and he just rolls up and takes out whatever boat he wants. He's like, man, none of the boats are old.
Yeah.
They're all new.
Yeah.
So he's got time.
Well, they got to replace them.
Yeah, they have to replace them. He's like, I'm saving a fortune.
Yeah.
He's like, and I love it. Like,
That's like the last time this past February when I went camping. It was so much easier. It was cost me $500, and I rented a Dodge 1500 crew cab and a 19-foot travel trailer.
I remember that.
Through
yeah.
Outdoorsy and Turo. Just so happened that it was the same guy doing both things. He's like,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And literally went there Friday, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m., picked it up, went camping, came back Sunday night, and I don't have to deal with all the other shit.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And I'd been thinking about, people think about it, and I thought about it, like, get a travel trailer. Yeah. Do things. Well, there's the downtime. You got to store it somewhere. You got to maintain it.
It's mostly downtime. Like if you take your travel trailer out 10 times a year, that's 1/5 of the year. You've done a lot.
You've done a ton.
Most people only get out 6 times, 4 times maybe. Like, so just think you're paying hundreds of dollars a month on a lease, and it's like, what do on a note? And it's like, and I've gone camping 4 times. Like, it's.
I did. The guy came into the brewery the other day, and I was just chit chatting with him. Guy was from Vegas, sold his house 9 months ago, made a killing off of it before things kind of slowed down. Bought himself a new GMC 1500, and he bought himself a 20-foot travel trailer. I was like, so where are you coming from? He's like, I'm coming from Massachusetts. I went through Chicago, I was up in Wyoming, and now I'm headed down to Florida. Then I'm going to head over to Shreveport. And see. He's just traveling.
I love guys like that.
He's just
That's awesome.
single guy and his dog. He's like maybe early 50s.
When my wife and I were in Louisville for that Bourbon and Beyond festival, we like kind of ventured out one day and we went to this little like breakfast spot. And we're sitting there hanging out, and there's this like big old motorcycle clearly set up for touring, like a big touring bike. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, that's a pretty sweet bike. And then there's this dude, he's just sitting out there eating. And sure enough, we started chatting him up. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like 2 days ago I was in Canada. And he's basically, his whole thing is he just drives around and looks for like music that seems intriguing to him.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be sitting there. So he went for 1 day of Bourbon and Beyond because he was like, there were like 3 acts that like I was dying to see. So I just drove my ass to Louisville, and then he was like, yeah, now I'm headed, and it was like way away, but he was like, yeah, I don't have to be there for 2 days. And he's like, but I'm going to catch this show. And then I'm going over here. And all this dude does is hop on his motorcycle.
Does he work?
It sounded like he was kind of retired at this point.
Nice.
Like he'd had his own business.
But he's just traveling on his bike, doesn't have anywhere to stay. Like he's doing hotels.
Yeah, he does hotels or he does Airbnbs, he said.
Gotcha.
He said he likes to get into the local area, so he does Airbnbs all over. He's like, yeah, I'm staying right there. It was like the house directly across the street. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. And he's like, well, I'm out of here now. He's like, I caught my show. He's like, I'll eat some breakfast.
You got to think an Airbnb in most places at most times are pretty cheap. Like if you're not going to the hot spot of the world on a hot weekend, like it's what?
Oh, I mean,
got to be super cheap.
Dude, my wife and I were talking about doing she wants to do a Fast and Furious day. She loves Fast and Furious movies.
What?
Wow.
I understand it.
Where did
weird.
this come from?
This has been something that I've known for like every time the new Fast and Furious comes out, she's like, "Oh, Fast and Furious is out."
Is it the cars or the actors?
I'm pretty sure it probably started as the actors, but now she kind of like I was like, Tokyo Drift is crap, and she's like, no, it's a gem. Like she knows.
I've seen the first one, and that's all.
And now they're
And
up
I
to
think I've seen them all.
Well, there's 9 of them
all
plus
the
the
same.
Tokyo. Like there's an offshoot one, right? Like there's 10 movies.
There's 9
I think
or 10.
nine
I
right
think there's
now.
9, and then there's the offshoot, like the Hobbs and Shaw is a spinoff.
There you go. Well, so she wants to do a
Seen
fast.
none of them.
She wants to do a Fast and Furious day, and I'm totally.
What does that even mean?
We watch 1 to 9,
Oh,
Dude,
that's 24 hours.
That's impossible.
so it's now going to be a weekend.
okay.
And we're literally going to put together a weekend. So I was, speaking of Airbnbs, I was like, I wonder if I could find like a badass Airbnb that's like really just has a sick
theater?
movie theater
Yeah.
in it. So we could just post up there for the weekend and just start.
Did you find something?
Dude, yes. 20 minutes outside of Liberty University, out in the country,
Out in Bible, Virginia.
there's a guy who is the sound producer on a couple Fast and Furious movies. He's the sound engineer. And he has built this damn thing. He's got this amazing like movie theater set up in it. It's a 3-bedroom townhouse, and then one of the rooms has a full marquee. You have to come in through the doors.
Holy shit.
It's got a full bar, popcorn machine, and then it's just 4 just big old recliners. Full movie theater. This dude charges $150 a night, and I was like, this is amazing. Like I would gladly pay $300
yeah.
to go do the Fast and Furious somewhere else. Like that.
That sounds a lot better.
Just you
It
and
sounds
the
a
wife?
lot better. Well, I got 3 bedrooms, so I could
Yeah,
actually.
but you only got 4 seats.
It looked like there were some others, but it was like 4 main.
Well,
seats.
actually, it'd probably be easy to find another couple or two that would want to go, and then let you fucking losers watch fucking 24 hours of Fast and Furious. I'd be like, I'm going out.
They're gonna cherry pick the 3 they like.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame them. The last Fast and Furious movie was atrocious.
You could probably get another couple to go with you, but it's just going to be a different genre of movies.
I just think that I'm on this Airbnb kick lately.
Oh, yeah.
Like I got one. I want to go to this restaurant downtown in Churchill that like is awesome. I found a tiny house that charges next to nothing. It's a little tiny house, and it's 2 blocks from the restaurant that I want to go to.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why don't I enjoy just the whole neighborhood?
Yeah.
Just like, get up in the morning, have the coffee, go do the stuff. But like for the price of the Ubers there and back,
Yeah,
I could
'cause
just,
Rent the place.
$30-$40 each way, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why don't I just buy this shitty little Airbnb? I was like, why not?
Well, it's
And it's
amazing.
a tiny house. I'm talking, it's basically this room.
Yeah.
Kitchenette and a bed, but I'm like, I don't need anything more than that, and it allows me to live in the neighborhood and kind of do whatever I want. Why not?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
It made sense.
I mean,
to me.
the wife and I stayed downtown at the Berkeley Hotel for that ASCAL gala last
I bet
year.
that cost a bunch of money to stay in the hotel.
Like $300, but I mean, it was a real nice hotel, and we never stayed there. But it was totally worth it just to have one late evening, all night, early morning without the kids. Like
That's it. Where he's like, you don't have to worry about getting back, and you're living in the whole area.
Yeah,
you
Just
know?
the week before school started for the kids in August, we decided to go. We were going to go to the beach, take the kids and a couple of their friends. So there's about 8 of us. We're going to go to the beach. You look at a hotel price. We were going to spend. We had to get 3 hotel rooms on the beach for 3 nights, and that was going to run us about $300 to $3,500 just for the hotel. Nothing else included.
$1,000 a night, probably.
Easily. So, but when we just went to Airbnb and found this 5,000 square foot, 7-bedroom house, 5 bathrooms on the lake for less money.
That's what I'm saying.
And we had like the lily pad and the dock and did the whole 9 yards. It's like, yeah.
All right, question for you, because I've stayed in a few Airbnbs, not a lot, but they're obviously popular and growing. I feel like when you go on Reddit and there's now movies about it and stuff, anybody worry about like the cameras? Like, have you seen like the stuff on YouTube where it's like they'll have like 27 cameras in one room? Like you won't even know it.
Yeah, you don't even know where to show your butthole. Because they have so many cameras. You're spinning around like a top.
No, but I'm serious. Like y'all have young girls and wives.
Well,
like,
I have seen clips of people selling things to take with you to go, like if you're going anywhere, hotel room,
like it
Airbnb.
reads electronics or something?
It reads off if there's a signal and you could go find whether it's, you can see where the camera
pretty easily. It's a flashlight will do it. If you shine a light,
it'll come back on the lens.
The lens will reflect. So you just have to look at all the things. Like if you shine a flashlight on a smoke detector, it's not going to reflect back at you.
Yeah.
But if there's a camera in there, it will reflect back at you.
Yeah.
So
I've seen them in like outlets and like
you gotta shine everything.
Light clock alarm radios.
Yeah, you gotta shine in everything. Yeah. Anything that has an LCD display, anything that has a panel, like you gotta shine it. Anything that has a clear plastic, you gotta shine it and see what's there. Because it
could be tinted and
mirrors.
Yeah, but like I said, you want to know where to show. You want to know where to show your butthole.
Yeah, that's I was getting it. Yeah, that's why.
Clearly, that's
you don't want to not show you.
Troy and I don't have
like, baby, we're going to have to do it this way. I want you to cover your face.
Troy and I don't have OnlyFans pages, okay?
Yeah, not yet.
Well, this is the teaser for my OnlyFans page. I'm going to take that little teddy bear. I'm going to bring it out. I'm going to set it up.
Isn't that wild, though?
Oh, dude.
But it doesn't surprise you at all, right?
No, because people are creeps, man.
There's actually a really weird, creepy, interesting documentary on Netflix called Voyeur about a dude who bought a no-tell motel, like, and it was like all 1-story motel drive up and like had an attic space across the whole thing. And like the guy was like going up and looking through vents. He'd like made all these vents to where he could like basically just sit up in the attic and look down.
So not even cameras, like he was real time.
I think this was before cameras.
That's
like
the kind of dude who gets in a porta potty,
70s or 80s or something.
Looks up at the buttholes.
So not to spoil it.
But everybody's fine when Revenge of the Nerds did it.
Yeah.
Revenge of the Nerds is such a fucked up movie. There are more felonies in that movie.
Well, and the messed up part was the camera they used in that movie. It was not hidden at all. They drilled a 3-inch hole through the ceiling and hung a camera through it. Like,
but when that dude puts on a costume and then has sex with the girl, under false pretenses,
that's wrong.
That's not cool, dude.
Yeah, they frown upon that.
That's not cool.
Or putting her naked picture at the bottom of all the pods ends.
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
just saying. Sorry, you were making a point.
But anyway, so in the documentary, I highly recommend it. It's weird. Like the dude was like, he was obsessed, but in a creepy way, yes. But also like he was just interested in all the stories. Like he was watching it like TV, and he was documenting a bunch of stuff. And I want to say I saw this years ago. I want to say like he saw like a murder or something, and then was like torn between like. My crime or their crime? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How do you know?
That's a tough one. The answer is their crime.
But see, if I pull up to a 1-story motel, that's the kind of place I'm going to.
Well, no, this wasn't like a shithole one. It was like in the mountains somewhere. Like it was just like a small town motel with like 10 or 12 rooms or whatever. Like, it wasn't a Hyatt or anything, but like you weren't going to find that out in wherever this was. It was in like Pennsylvania or in the middle of nowhere or something.
Damn.
But pretty crazy documentary.
I'll check. I need to check that one out. That shit weirds me out though.
It does, man.
Like, so I'll be in that Airbnb. I'm gonna put that teddy bear right there in bed with us.
There you go.
Oh, jeez. Fast and the Furious. Of all things.
I would like to have a nice theater.
Right.
Well, I'm sure you're going to come back with brilliant ideas on how you're going to redo your whole house to make it.
Actually, so this past weekend, I set up a projector outside.
Yeah.
And I put a little couple hooks out here on the pallet house and like hung up a sheet and just set it up because it was so nice out.
Yeah.
It's amazing how easy those things have gotten these days.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I
15, 20 years ago, projection was like, oh, no, you got to get a whole fucking setup.
I bought that projector for like, I want to say like $80.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it'll do the whole damn place. Like, it'll make a massive screen. And it may not be like ultra 4K, but I mean, it's HD as shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing.
Once now that daylight savings times kick back in or out or whatever way we do it, like it's even better because it's even darker at night earlier now. You don't have to wait till 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we did. It was just before, but it was great. I mean, we sat out here, we watched a movie.
Did you just use a sheet or did you put it on the?
I put a sheet directly on here, so it doesn't go through too far. You know, it's got something to bounce off.
The screens are next to nothing.
The screens cost more than the projector I got, though.
Are you talking about the blow up ones?
The blow up ones are expensive, but like I have one that rolls up in like a poster, but it's just longer.
Yeah,
and it's pretty thick. And you just
that's the thing. It's better than a sheet.
Yeah,
because the sheet lets it through,
and it has little wrinkles in it and stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have it tight.
It did have wrinkles, and the wind would pick up, and you were hyper aware of it. But I was like,
hey, still fun, still novelty.
It was the novelty of the whole thing. We were sitting out here eating cookies, watching the movie. It was nice.
Was it a fast movie?
Enola Holmes.
Oh.
Yeah, my kids were watching that.
Some Millwood Bobby Brown flick.
Okay.
Some new like kid flick.
It was dude, it's kind of slow. That movie was kind of slow. Like I lost 2 of my 3 women like, before it was over. You know? It was just me and my eldest daughter hanging out at that point, like at the end, and she was on her phone the whole time. In fact, I think I'm the only one who knows who the killer is. I'm pretty certain of that. No, and no one asked.
I got no like. I don't want to watch most of these movies anymore.
When you spend an hour and a half setting up the movie theater,
yeah, you kind of get invested.
I'm going to watch the damn movie.
Yeah,
we're watching it.
There's so many movies.
There really are.
So many platforms. And then I saw a thing where they interviewed Matt Damon, and they're talking how movies these days are made completely different for the actor's standpoint. Is that back in the day, you'd say, okay, well, this movie's maybe not that great, but I'm going to do it because it's going to get a second cycle. It's going to hit the theaters, and then a few months later, the DVD is going to hit. I'm going to get a second paycheck. He said nowadays, there's no DVDs.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily knock it out of the box office. So every movie that actors sometimes choose to do, they make sure that they think it's going to be a really good one because it's going to come out once, it's going to be streaming, and if it doesn't hit, you're not getting paid. Or you're getting paid, you're just not getting the residuals.
I don't know how they make money on movies anymore. Just like music. Like you used to get music has basically been stripped back to touring.
Yeah.
But it used to be
it's touring and merch.
You used to get paid to, the A&R people would pay you. Then the radio stations would pay you to play it. And then, you sell it to an ad, then you tour, then you get merch. It'd be like the merch and the touring was like the lower end of that. Now it's like, let me make music.
So the record companies are the ones that are hurting. The labels, they're the ones that are screwed. But you know what? They should be because they gouged people for so long.
But think about it, like back in the day, like not all the big artists toured regularly because they didn't need to.
That is now the only way to do it.
Yeah.
So you end up, once you get big enough, you have to re-record your whole catalog.
Yeah.
Once you get out from underneath.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift had to do that.
Well, to your point on the merchandise, I saw a little clip. It was an interesting fact. When Mel Brooks went to George Lucas to see if he could do Spaceballs.
Love his music.
So good. So good.
So when
his live album was this shit.
Oh, with Weird Al?
Yeah.
So good.
All the hits.
But he said, I want to make Spaceballs, and it's a parody of Star Wars. And George Lucas said, I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan. He's like, I love it. You can do anything you want to. You just can't sell action figures.
So that was the whole merchandise.
That was the whole thing. He's like, because, Pizza the Hut looks too much like Jabba the Hutt, and Barf looks way too much like the Wookiee. He said, you just can't have any action
That's
figures.
hilarious.
Well, and that's why he also had all the merchandise jokes in there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Because the only action figures you saw were in the movie.
Yeah.
And those things are probably worth $1 billion if you could find one. But it was just a little interesting blurb there.
Should we have a deli?
Sure.
Sounds like a good time.
There's a really cool...
Where is it?
It's right here. There's a really cool... Speaking of cool stuff to watch on Disney Plus, there's an awesome 6-part series on like how Industrial Light and Magic came to be, and like had all this old footage and how they shot like the first Star Wars and how they did all the sequencing and stuff. It's like,
how about just the old
cool
HBO fucking intro? And that thing used to fly around over.
Yeah,
that was sick.
Well, the one thing I don't like these days is that you get so many of these streaming services that are great. They're all have their niche, but you watch some of these movies and you're like, they filmed the whole fucking thing with their iPhone. You can tell like the production value. Dude. I feel like I'm watching the Hallmark Channel.
Sorry, I got completely distracted. I'm in love with this.
What's
this? This beer looks amazeballs.
Who wants the full one?
I guess I'll take the full one.
Well, I've never heard of this brewing company, but I couldn't.
They had 3 different beers at Kroger, I think. And I never heard of them either.
8.2. This is called.
I poured way too much in
This
here.
is called Griswold's Winter Bock by Solace Brewing Company.
Where are they out of?
8.2. Little known fact: when I first moved to Richmond, I didn't know anybody.
You lived in Richmond?
I did. When I first moved here, I didn't know any. I didn't really know. I mean, I knew people, but Stu was like, "Hey, I've got this flag football team."
Oh yeah.
And so he was like, "You want to play on this flag football team?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm fucking fantastic.
You're an athlete.
Yeah, I'm world class."
Yeah.
So
White Shoes Brendan is what we used to call him.
That's right. I only wore white shoes.
That's right.
And so I got on this football team, and they were like, "What's your last name?" 'Cause I didn't know anyone on the team outside of Stu, really. And I was like, Griswold. And so they put Griswold on the back of my jersey.
Nice.
And it was fantastic because all these guys who don't know me be like, "Griswold, watch the receiver, watch the receiver, Griswold, over here." And then you'd hear the other team like, "Hey, watch for Griswold, watch for Griswold. He's been picking up." And I was like, this is the greatest thing. And for years, I would see dudes out in bars that like only knew me from flag football. They'd be like, "Griswold, what's up?" And I was like, this is the best. Like, I'm so happy to be Griswold.
Now you say it, I don't know if I've ever seen it in the wild.
That's what I'm saying. So it was on the back of my jersey.
Is it a real name?
You've never seen it?
No.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It might be in the phone book.
I don't know, but it was
Way
great.
to age yourself out of the listeners there.
Because it made me immediately recognizable.
Oh yeah.
Like they all just knew me. They're like, "Oh, that dude's name is Griswold. That's hilarious."
Yeah. Wow. Like the movie.
So this is out of Sterling, Virginia.
Oh, is it? So it's local.
At least that's what I can find here. Brewed and canned by Solace Brewery in Sterling, Virginia. 8.2.
And it's definitely Cousin Eddie that we're looking at here.
Let me see.
So
Turn towards me. Oh yeah, it's his blue leisure suit.
But that's not. I've never seen a butterfly shirt, but the
Yeah.
hat's there.
So my question is that the way it was spelled? Because otherwise, if it's the exact spelling, there's a lot of licensing that they got to pay for.
Yeah, it is Griswold with an O.
Griswolds.
Because the only reason I know this is because when I put my name on the jersey, they go, "How's that spelled?" And I panicked and I spelled it with an A, and I always regretted it.
Because you weren't true to your family.
But they never knew.
Yeah.
They never knew, fortunately. People just knew Griswold.
Yeah.
But I still have that Griswold jersey.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Is that the Penny Lane one?
No, it was before we
the
were
Penny
with
Lane.
Penny
Okay,
Lane.
yeah, that was.
We
I
were-
think who sponsored that one?
We were playing with. It was an older sports
How do
pub.
they get away with that? Now you mention
Because
this.
Griswold, look, it doesn't say Christmas Vacation. It doesn't say National Lampoon. It says Griswold, and it is a name.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
just
but I just-
Griswold's
Yeah,
Winter
but
Bock.
it's
There's so much fighting over.
That's why the shirt isn't accurate. There's butterflies.
Yeah,
on
he
that
didn't
shirt.
wear that.
He didn't have butterflies.
did
on,
he not?
I don't
I don't know
think
what
so.
he had.
But he did have that big '70s collar.
Yeah.
It's not the image.
Look up Cousin Eddie butterfly shirt and see if an image comes up. But the reason I think it for this situation is they just don't know they don't know about this tiny little brewery in Virginia.
They do now.
Oh, we blew them
We
up.
blew 'em up.
Sorry, guys.
No, it was a butterfly shirt. Like all the costumes you could buy for Cousin Eddie.
Have butterflies on the
It's a-
the big old lapelled shirt.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's the shirt.
Sweet Jesus.
It's a butterfly shirt.
I mean, there's no doubt
Cousin
It's-
Eddie's.
it's Christmas Vacation and Cousin Eddie on there.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Yes. So it's all butterfly in the soup. But
May as well just say shitter's full.
Yeah.
Lager.
Doppelbock style lager.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the imagery. It's like just the. I mean, even.
But it's just a silhouette.
But
but that
the name is what I think is going to be the issue.
But even without the
licensing.
yeah, well, look, when it comes to licensing, they can get you on anything. I mean, just because it doesn't have his face on it doesn't mean you don't instantly know who it is.
Well, let's all play it cool, shall we?
Yeah.
All you listeners out there,
Be cool.
play it cool. Play it cool. Unless this thing gets under a 3, and then I say blow him up. I haven't decided what I'm giving it. 2.5.
So
I know the carpet's wet, Todd, or whatever she says.
Yeah. He says,
And Margot and
then
Todd, right?
why is the floor wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
oh man, so I'm actually liking this beer.
Okay, then you can go first.
I didn't say I wanted to go first.
No, you spoke. That's how that works.
That's how this thing works, right?
Yes.
That's not TV.
We got to keep these change upon second and third sip for sure.
No, this beer came out the box weird. Second sip was gross. Third sip was fantastic, and I'm going in for that fourth, and I will have an opinion soon.
So, I can't taste the 8.2. Like it doesn't seem like it's bougie over the top.
Way too smooth.
Yeah, it is smooth. It is a lager, and I like that.
For the dogs.
The upfront flavor.
Did you see the pour? It's not like
It's dark, isn't it?
it's dark, but it's not like crazy dark.
It's like a brown ale.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a Marzen or something.
Yeah. That's damn. Stu's been in the brewery long enough that he's dropping Marzen bombs on me.
So, I mean, I definitely like the marketing, but I'm going to say, I can't say that I'm going to go over the top on this, but I'll give it a 3.5 because I like the way it finishes. I like the flavoring. The marketing is really cool. And it's a local Virginia brewery. So I think I could drink a full 16, maybe 2. I don't think I could go for a lot of this. It's
Probably
heavy.
wouldn't advise you to drink more than 2 at 8.1%.
8 point something, yeah.
So
8.2.
I would say for a double bock, this is a great lager.
Yeah, I'll jump in right behind you because I find that bocks in general, they're not my favorite style of beer.
I never go, yes.
A bock.
Bach, just what I want.
Yeah. It's like look, if I'm stranded somewhere.
Are we out of beer?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. A bock could actually drive me to go, I'm done.
Out of cider too?
Yeah. You're kind of like,
out of seltzers?
do I want Cousin Eddie to show up?
Yeah. But as I drink it, what this is kind of a piss poor example of a bock.
Yeah.
I mean that in a good way.
I see the road you're going down.
Yeah. A bock should be.
This is a backdoor.
His neck just it's freaking me out.
I hope the mic's picking that up.
I think it is. A bock has like a certain bite at the end.
Yeah.
It's like the only time malt stops being soft and kind of bites you.
Yeah.
And this one stays soft, and then it's got like a whisper of a bite at the end. This is actually
a little twang there at the end.
I don't understand how this is a winter bock. It's definitely just a double bock.
Yeah.
The winter bock.
Maybe it's the winter bock because they just bottled it or canned it, and they're like, let's just. Again, we're back to naming stuff cool with cool labels. Like, it's mid-November. Let's start doing winter beers.
I'm actually. The aftertaste doesn't bother me. I want to hate this beer. I do, but I don't. It's still a little brown ale-y for me, and that's why it's not going to get any higher. But I'm going to go right with Stu. It's a 3.5.
Yeah.
The Griswold Winterbock by Solace is drinkable, but only I'm with you on that too. 2 beers is about what I can put.
I mean,
down
it's already heavy, like not thick, but like you drink 2 of these, you're gonna be.
I agree with most everything you guys said. I mean, it's not over. it's a shitty version, so it's not too bocky.
I love that they failed.
Yeah. It's somehow 8.1, but doesn't come across as boozy like that. And I'm with you. I don't know if I go 3.5, but it's definitely a 3. Like I can give it a 3. It's above average beer.
I think it should, and I'm glad you went that way, because that 3.33 is right where it probably should net out, because I don't want it to win a deli.
Yeah,
but
it's deli adjacent.
I want it to be close.
I didn't think it would score this highly. That's for sure.
I didn't either. When I saw it, I go, great marketing.
So is that what caught your eye?
Of course.
Like,
well, they had 3, and then of course I saw Griswold's. I was like, come on, I'm getting this one.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Yeah, I mean,
are you guys excited about the Christmas Story movie?
Oh, the Christmas Story Christmas
Story Christmas or something?
Yeah, Christmas Story. Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, Peter Billingsley's in it. I mean,
so I need to see the original. I don't watch the original every year. I've watched pieces of the original.
Oh, you're not like every year have to do it.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's like my mecca. Like I will make that pilgrimage every year. It's Emmett Otter's and Christmas Story. Like I'm not missing them.
I like Peanuts.
Yeah,
and Family Christmas Vacation better.
Yeah, and I understand that, and I get in that argument all the time about the Christmas Vacation versus the
Christmas
Story, and
Die Hard.
I have fought that whole fucking old trope of Die Hard as a Christmas movie, and now it has become a Christmas Eve. We wrap presents to Die Hard, and I like look forward to it now on a level. But I fought it forever because nothing keeps the kids in bed like the sound of explosions and gunshots from down below. They're like, I think
semi-automatic weapons going off.
Yeah,
some swearing.
Yeah, when Hans Gruber hits the ground, thud.
Yeah.
What are mom and dad doing?
You don't want to come down here and see
that. You don't want to come down here.
You'll have.
But so, are you guys excited about the Christmas Story movie?
I am. I think it'll be good.
I haven't seen the trailer yet. I've seen the single page like saying, "Hey, it's back." Haven't seen the trailer for it.
The only trailer I have seen of it is like where Peter Billingsley is there, and you see his like, it's just his eyes, and you hear all the you know, I triple dog dare you, and like you'll shoot your eye out, and all the things in the background, and then it's like he does that kind of like his little eyebrow raise, and you're like, oh, that's Ralphie.
Yeah. Well, I often wonder if that movie's as good as we think it is, because that movie was like encapsulating our childhood.
I can tell you this: I played it for my kids because I own it. Like I refuse to watch it with commercials. They also cut out a couple little things, nothing crazy, but like they have to trim it for commercials. And my kids think it's the funniest damn movie ever. See, so I think kids still get it.
I don't know if I've ever seen my kids or even made them watch it.
Oh,
but I mean, I love it. I just didn't.
Yeah, you're fucking up.
What are your thoughts on all the OG Rudolphs and stuff like that? Those holiday movies, the stop motion.
I mean,
they're classics.
Yeah, Rudolph doesn't bother me. The kids got into it, but they would never watch it now. But Emmett Otter is for me. I mean, but
I never saw that one as a kid. You turned me on to that a few years ago.
I have a River Bottom Nightmare Band shirt in my truck right now.
That's a badass shirt.
And that's like that is the shirt I put on when like shit hits the fan. I'm like, at least I got a River Bottom Nightmare Band shirt in the back of the truck. Like, that's my everything's gone wrong. Just put on that shirt and you'll be fine. Because those in the know.
I was gonna say, how many people are in the know with that shit with that movie?
Not enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the lyrics to that song, we don't brush our teeth because toothaches help us stay mean. I'm like, yeah, this is the baddest band. That was Ozzy before Ozzy for me. You know what I mean? Like I was like, these dudes get it. In my mind, Chuck from the River Bottom Nightmare Band is the Prince of Darkness. Ozzy's a cheap copy.
Yeah.
That's how I roll.
I can see that.
I do like the what's the Dennis Leary movie where he breaks into the house during Christmas and holds them.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Cramps? The Christmas with the Cramps?
No, he like robs the house
Yeah.
The family, but he comes in. It's over Christmas, and the family's there, and he can't stand him. Like
I remember the movie, but I can't remember the name of it. I like the original Grinch, but you never see that on the cartoon version.
Well,
That's a classic.
What do you guys think about the new Scrooge version? Will Smith and Ryan Reynolds.
I'm excited to see that.
I didn't even know this.
Yeah, they're making a new version of the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Ryan's the Scrooge.
Well, I'm a Scrooged guy.
Yeah, Scrooge is the one.
That's my.
Ryan Reynolds is the Scrooge, and Will Ferrell is the.
I was like, how's Will Smith not the Scrooge?
He
after
comes in
everything?
and smacks the shit out of him.
Yes, end of story. Game over.
Yeah, he's the
You better
ghost of
get
Christmas past.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's the ghost who takes him around to the past, present, future.
It has to be Scrooged.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Early. Look at us.
Yeah, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Before Thanksgiving, talking about Christmas. It's still M4K season.
That's because of the beer. I dropped the ball on that.
That's 8-2.
That did cross my mind when I bought it. I was like, this is a little blasphemous.
We jumped ahead.
Yeah, we did.
jumped
We
ahead.
time traveled.
It's still M4K season.
We should know by these mustaches. That
I mean,
are starting
as
to
I
come
look
in.
around, Stu's mustache has a little darkness to it. Yours has a little darkness to it, and mine, shame.
Yeah.
No, it blends in with the background.
Yeah, that's
You two need to stand closer to the razor, it looks like.
what are you talking about?
He's got his stash in. He's got.
You still got it. You haven't shaved your face in a day or two.
I shaved my face Sunday.
Yeah.
Today's Monday.
Yeah.
That's one day.
This doesn't grow fast. This does. Yeah, I cut it in Sunday morning.
Okay.
In fact, I cut in everything. I had like a full shave day, and like I shaved, and I just went nuts. I shaved like literally everything.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, I am shorn. I am
I shaved this morning.
Yeah, and you am I really getting scruff?
Maybe it's the light. It's reflecting. It looks like you look scruffy.
I shaved the morning of the check-in.
Stu.
But I told someone that I wouldn't cut the mustache in until they left. And they left today, so I'll be cutting it in this morning.
What's it like being whipped?
It's great because if I had to cut in the mustache, there'd have been a lot of things that happened in the last 6 days I wouldn't have been able to do.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit.
That is.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
My wife pulled this one. I gave her a kiss goodnight.
It
She goes, you hurt. I was like, I don't hurt yet. It's like, don't give me this. Like, I have scruff this long all the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, no.
No, I'm definitely at that point where it itches.
Yeah.
Like it's at that length that you need to go all in or shave it.
I'm good. This year, I'm not dying.
Once I start shaving my face, I have to continue shaving it because if I go every 2 or 3 days, my face is like, what are you doing? I thought we were past this. But if I do it every day, it's like, okay, I'm getting back in the routine of shaving every day.
I did my first, so I did my shave day shave, and then I shaved on Sunday, and that one broke out razor burn all over. I was like, damn, it's just not used to that kind of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So that sensitive skin.
I will just, for 20 plus years, however long the Mach 3 Gillette razor has been out there, I shave right out of the shower. No shaving cream, just the Mach 3. And have
You can do it.
shave. I mean, I
shave in the shower. If you shave, it's better to shave in the shower after the shower because
your pores are open.
Yeah.
Everything's loose.
if you got a good clean blade and you rotate it.
Shaving cream's never a thing, and
the reason
take the time.
The reason we're talking about shaving is because we are in M4K month. It is worth bringing up what exactly we're doing here. We're not growing mustaches because we're handsome. We already know we're handsome.
Yes.
We're growing mustaches because we're raising money for M4K Richmond, which is this year supporting 20 children's charities here in the Richmond area.
20 plus.
Is it 20
I think
plus?
I think we got 21 in there.
Oh.
Like when we were reaching out. So
because the marketing's great with a 20 for 20 slide on ESPN.
That's hilarious though. So like we put out the feelers.
we overshot.
That's the M4K way.
That's how we do it.
I'm not mad
We
at
set
that.
a goal and we passed that goal.
I'm not mad at that.
Nope.
I'm not mad at that. But yeah, the whole point of this is we grow the mustaches and we raise money. While we grow the mustaches, it kind of piggybacks on the whole Movember thing that started happening in the No Shave November.
Yeah.
but it just naturally occurs for us in November because honestly, there's M4K organizations all over the country that actually do it in random months.
I like that.
We just happen to do it in November. But we're raising money for children's charities, and 100% of the donations that you actually do give to it goes directly to those charities. We're not keeping any of it for I always say hair dyes and Rogaine and all that.
There's no there's no payments to anybody. It's not a
it's all.
And it also doesn't. Our swag doesn't even come out of it.
No, it comes from the corporate sponsors. So shout out to the plumber. He hooks it up.
There's a bunch of them. We probably should name off some of them next time.
Probably should start giving them some plugs.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic organization, and every year we do it. Every year when it starts, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do this. And it takes me just a couple days before I start really feeling it. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm doing it.
A couple donations make you start feeling it too.
A couple donations is apparently all I'm capable of getting. I look at our team, man. I look at our team, and there are guys who have thousands of dollars. Like at the
You're not you're not at the lowest on the team.
No, but
I'm not even close.
But I'm better than those fuckers, and I'm not. Like it's always that moment of realization that I've done a good job of building the team. I do bring people in, but every time you bring someone in, you lose donators. But that's fine because you fill the gap. But it's like I feel like this year is going to be a little bit of a tough road. I've actually increased the circle that I'm reaching out to.
Nice.
One of those has paid off, which is pretty exciting.
Good. Give her a shout out.
Yeah, Vicky. I can't thank you enough.
She gets it.
She does.
Nice.
She has hooked it up. So far it's Linda and Vicky.
Nice.
Literally an entire female crew. That's all I get. I don't get male donations.
Usually they go my way because I'm the audio dreamboat.
People love the sound of your voice. In an audio medium, you have got me in spades.
Here's what you do. You make a donation, and I will use my dulcet tones to give you a shout out and make your day. You scratch my back, I scratch your back.
I can't argue with that.
There you go.
You have that.
Turn the bass up.
That's right.
Put it on the floor.
That's right. Yeah, so I do feel like I'm off to a very slow start. So allow me to plug. Please do head over to m4krichmond.org and find the Inside the Pallet House team and donate to some
Currently in fourth place out of 30-some teams.
Nice.
That's good.
Boom.
We'll end up in that top 5, I hope.
Hopefully.
That's always my goal, the top 5.
Yep.
There's a couple teams at the top that are really
good.
Really good, but we also have some aces in the hole, and I think we are top 5 material.
Most of the teams that beat us are like organizations. So
that's what I'm saying.
The fact that we can hang in with those guys, I take a lot of pride in that.
The fact that we can get dozens of dollars all year by putting out our Venmo. But then we can put out that you can go to m4krichmond.org and all of a sudden we raise thousands of dollars from listeners is a testament to the fact that we actually have a hell of a reach. It's just that these people don't think that it's worth paying for the bullshit that we say into the mic.
Yes.
But they respect.
The kids are a better use of your funds.
I'm actually not mad.
No, not at all.
Actually not mad.
No.
This podcast is more of a labor of love.
Yep.
M4K is also a labor of love. So whichever one gets the money, that's fine.
We're cool with that.
And I'm good with the fact that, people reach out and they actually donate to M4K. That's cool.
We'll take knocking singles all day long. $5, $10. Don't sweat it. Because it all adds up. But if you can put more in there, go for it.
For real.
I would say singles are for losers. That's a bunt. Here's okay. Put this out there. If you want to hit a single, donate to Stu.
Yeah, I'll take all the singles.
If you're a triple kind of guy,
just know you will have to pay a small fee for every transaction. So make the transaction worth your while.
That's the truth. You're already going to lose
Yeah.
that credit card fee off the top anyway. So come on, let's get it going.
Yeah,
but
let's get
I
at
would
least the Andrew Jackson in there.
I would like to solicit some donations.
For real.
I'm putting it out there. I'm having a difficult time getting off the schneid this year.
Yeah, I set a big goal for our team.
I saw that.
Goal, dude. We could buy a Mercedes.
40K. That's what I want. I want us to beat our 37K last year. I think we can do it.
Well,
Short again.
I hope our goal's better than that shot you just took.
Well, can't make them all.
No.
Yeah, it's funny looking back at this time of year for the last, I guess it's for me, 4-5 years. Thanksgiving rolls around, and there's always a horrible Thanksgiving picture of me with a mustache.
Every time.
Like, that's the family.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind if we moved it away from November. Not that we ever would, because it's been 20 years of it. But a lot of people do the whole No Shave November just as a gag. So I feel like a lot of times people see us and they're like, "Oh, you guys are just doing the no shave," and then it's like you gotta do the whole spiel. But like if we all did in like May, it'd be like, why would this group of guys be growing mustaches in May?
Well, and then also the other side of it is that I think in the last couple of years, you see more and more of the younger crowd rocking stashes because
stashes are back.
It's like it's back, so that you don't get the immediate. Oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah, hipsters.
Ruined it? No.
Well, I was joking with someone at the first check-in at Topgolf last week about how everything's cyclical, and like 20 years ago when I grew a beard, like nobody in Richmond had a beard. Now like everyone has a beard, and then of course no one had a mustache. Now mustaches come around, so what's next in the evolution? We're going back to goatees. Oh, like goatees will be the next cool thing, right?
I actually think that
it's always the next generation finding something that they've never done before, even though it's been done before, but it takes 20 to 25 years for them to figure it out.
Like all my baggy pants are coming back. But
there used to be a website years ago that I would check out, and the guy wrote a book. It was called like Dads Are the Original Hipsters or something like that.
Okay.
And it was basically like showing all the hipster like mustaches, longer hair, flared pants, Adidas, shoes, and it was showing everybody's dads, rocking this stuff back in the 70s and early 80s. It was like, and the website was hilarious. He's like, your dad was smoking cigarettes and doing BMX tricks long before you were even a thought in his ball sack. Like,
that's right. Do you think that the M4Ks of the world are partly responsible for the mustache resurgence?
It can't hurt, because I do know that every year when I grow, I get told, you look great with a mustache.
Yeah.
And other people, like Terrence, kept his mustache.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so what happens is, say you get 300 people, right? And we're just going to do the microcosm that is Richmond, right? You get 300 people, you get them all to grow a mustache. 10% of those dumbasses go, you know what?
Yeah.
This looks okay. And then they hold on to that mustache. Well, that's 30 dudes that are now out there in the universe with mustaches, and people are like, you look all right, because they're not the ones who look stupid.
Yeah.
You never go, I look so stupid, I'm going to keep this.
No.
But that 10% are the people that were like, I actually look all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to rock this. And then they're cool dudes. And then so other people start seeing it, and then younger people start seeing it, and they go, the mustache, man, I forgot about that. And especially when it's people like Terrence who own a pub.
Yeah.
Who are in there all the time. And young people are coming in, they're seeing it. Like the mustache. Unfortunately, we're going to create some additional mustaches in the universe.
That's a good thing. Which, by the way, let me give Terrence a shout out, because he joined the team again.
Dude, he shaved it.
And he shaved his mustache. And he's worried because he'll be working a lot at Penny Lane Pub and during World Cup. So if you go into Penny Lane Pub, be sure to tip out Terrence, hit him up on his M4K page, and help him get, because he won't be able to be at all the events and be networking because he'll be so busy. So,
dude, I can't go to the events now. I'm getting hosed.
Yeah.
I literally, tomorrow or Wednesday night, I've got a work dinner that I have to go to. So that's going to keep me from getting to the event. And the event's in my backyard. I can literally
This is the closest one we've ever had.
I can drive back roads from here to there.
Triple.
And then next week, I'll be in New York. So it's going to be a very difficult commute. So I can't do it. I'll be in New York with my mustache, meeting all the coworkers that I've never met.
I was just getting ready.
How you doing?
I was getting ready to say, because talking about the people, some people like it or don't even notice it. 2019, I guess it was, right? The M4K right before COVID. I took a new job with a new brokerage, and there's like 40 people in the room, and we all, as a new agent for that team, there's like 3 of us. We all had to stand up and introduce ourselves, and I just, off the cuff, because it was late November, I said, "Oh, and FYI, I don't usually wear a mustache. This is for a great cause. It's M4K." Literally, like 3 ladies were like, "Oh, we just thought that was a good look."
I'm hoping that
There you go.
my look will be awkward enough that enough people go, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And then you have,
maybe I score some. I score some.
Where
slide
you're
donations
asking me about
on-
my mustache?
I think I may, because I think this is the time where I could go for it. And I'm going to meet a bunch of our vendors and stuff.
Well, you're not saying you must donate. You're just saying this is what I'm doing. It's just knowledge. Just throwing knowledge out there.
I'm going to say you must.
Yeah. You want to close with me?
Yeah.
Sweeten the pot.
Exactly. No, but it's going to be, it sucks though, because a big part of why I do this is the camaraderie of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Which means I really need to lean in on our team.
Yeah.
I need to feel the camaraderie, because I'm not going to get to feel the macro camaraderie.
Yeah, you got to go micro.
So I got to go micro this year, which is unfortunate, but I'll make do. I mean, I have a job, so I do have to.
Yeah.
I have to do the job.
For real.
Unfortunately.
Well, thanks for coming back again.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm back. A little wispy blonde mustache.
You keep saying blonde.
Is it gray?
White.
Nobody saw.
See-through.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Is it not blonde anymore?
I mean, I think you're like me, where it's like half one and half the other.
But see, I've noticed my gray.
You're salt and pepper, but I think
my gray's mostly down. My gray
didn't it grow in red one time, or did it?
Oh, when I was a younger man, my beard was mostly red and brown speckles.
So you've had the gauntlet, everything but black.
Yeah, I've had blonde, red, and brown comes in naturally. Now it's just blonde, little bit of that red, but mostly
Gray.
Stark white.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I'm surprised you couldn't recruit your dad. Let him shave clean and go for it.
Dude, he shaved clean once when he was like in his 40s.
Did your mom divorce him?
No, he came home and I just started crying, and then my sister started crying, and my brother started laughing, and it was like,
never again.
Yeah, he was like, well, I'm not doing that again. And
I like shaving my beard every year. Like, I like just starting a new beard.
I'm always shocked at how like weak y'all's chins are. Like beard guys, because beard guys have these like pronounced beard chins. And then when they shave them, I'm like, bro,
there was a like
little chin.
But it's not that my chin's little. It's
No,
that
it's
my
not.
face is that.
But it's just that
fat.
with a beard, though, it's such a pronounced chin.
Yeah.
That to go from anything like that down, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. It's an awkward look. It's not a good look. I freak certain people out every year. That's for sure. They're like, whoa, I forgot how weird you look without a beard.
But you look young.
Well, yeah. So I had, speaking of, I had a bunch of the baseball moms this past weekend. They were like, I heard them all talking about me. I mean, they weren't being secretive. They were right behind me, and they were talking to my wife. They're like, he looks so young. He shaves his beard. He looks so young. And they're like, we do, we put all these creams on and we wash and we do all this stuff. And I just turned around. I was like, you would be disgusted if you knew how much soap actually touched my face in a calendar year. And they're like, don't say none. I'm like, exactly.
But think about this. All of that oil that gets trapped in a beard is super good for your skin.
Yeah.
So you're putting lots of.
Well, and I'm of the mindset that like literally exfoliating, washing all of that stuff off all the time is bad for you anyway.
It may something else I've thought of. I didn't realize this till my face got thinner. The rounder your face, the better you look clean shaven. Like as far as youthfulness.
Yes, you don't show all the wrinkles and aging.
As soon as like that fat started fading out of my face, it was like, you know what it replaced with? Fucking wrinkles.
Yeah,
crow's feet, wrinkles. Just I look older.
Clean shaven.
Just in general,
losing the weight that you're losing these days.
Clean shaven and losing the weight. I don't look young. And it may just be age.
Are you young?
It just may be time.
No, I'm an old man.
Brendan, it's that time.
I found out, my wife and I both found out today that she's
old yeller's ass after this.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been with my wife.
Out the pasture.
I don't know how many. I mean, it's been 20 some years I've been with her, right?
Yeah.
And in my mind, she's 1 year younger than me, half the year, and then my age, the other half of the year.
Yeah.
That's just how that works.
That's not true, is it?
Tonight we were doing our like our benefit stuff. We were like going through it, and like all of a sudden there it was, and it showed my age and her age and like the birthdays and all the shit. And she was like, she goes, I'm that age? We both thought she was a year older
For like 20 years?
Then how do you miss? Wait, what?
No, it was just like she thought she was a different age. She thought she was on the other side of this equation where she's 1 year younger than me.
She's my age.
I thought that she was my age half the year. Turns out she's like young. I'm banging like a young chick. I'm like super psyched. Like I didn't know.
I do have to think about how old I am now. Like when I have a birthday or when someone asks me how old I am, I'm like, I have to do the math. Like, okay, I was born in 1978.
Yeah, I always fuck that up.
Yeah.
So I got lucky, I guess, genetically, maybe.
What?
I said maybe.
Objection! Hearsay!
At 8.1%,
Yeah,
that's
went
hit
right.
hard.
Dude,
So
nobody born in West Virginia and then grew up in Arkansas ever said, I won the genetic lottery. It's never been said. No, this you may be the first though, and that's good. You did
but
it.
it's not Arkansas.
There is no lottery when the tree
where
goes
were you?
straight down.
You were in Louisiana.
Parents are Charleston in Louisiana.
Yeah. Okay. West Virginia to Louisiana
Yeah.
is Arkansas.
You pick them all. No, but so as you guys know, I went on a golf trip to Myrtle Beach recently, about a month ago, and I went with the quote unquote, what I would say the older brothers, guys that when I was a freshman in college, these guys were seniors and 50-year seniors, and this is a golf trip that they've been doing, and I finally went on it. And
you're like the young guy.
Shit.
I say I'm the young guy, but there are guys that are 50, 52. There's not like, it's not a whole, like we're saying 6 years maybe. But we took the golf picture and I showed it to my daughters, and the first thing out of their mouth was, those guys look old, Dad.
That's right.
And I was like, and they're like, no, but you don't.
But
I was
they
like, well,
haven't
thanks.
treated their body like a temple like you have.
Oh, shuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Plus, they don't have that sweet genetic lottery action that you
just
got.
said you were the youngest guy there. So, yeah, you would look the youngest, right?
No, but I
hope.
mean, we're talking guys that are like 3 years older than me that look like they've been through the ringer.
Well, I
Because
mean,
they've
there's
had
definitely-
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But you've had all that fun too. Like, let's be honest, it is some level of genetics. And you, fortunately, you got inbred to the point that wrinkles don't mature.
Yeah.
Write that down. How's it going?
They inbred out all the wrinkles.
Stu hit the genetic lottery if it's Chavez has sex with Cheech Marin.
Yeah, it's basically. No, he's a good looking guy.
Kind of faded off
Come on.
there.
I'll hit the objection button.
I'll let it be. I know where the I can never.
I haven't seen this picture, Stu, but let me take it.
No! Someone peed in my pants!
Let me take a guess as to what your daughters thought made these guys look really old. A lot of them put on a lot of weight. I bet you were one of the thinner guys in the picture.
No, it's gray hairs. It's no hair. It's like,
Hair goes a long way.
yeah, hair
goes
does go a long way, but
that's
yeah.
true.
No, I mean, there's a couple guys that are like thin, short, so I run the gamut, but I don't know. That was their opinion.
Gray does make you look older. Like, I got a buddy who's had gray hair since he was in his 20s. And, like, he's always, and he's like 5-6 years younger than me, but you just always assume he's my age or older. Like,
No, when that gray beard comes in, I am.
but I'm talking this dude's hair is straight gray. Like,
I think I only got a few years. Like I've noticed, like it started in the sideburns low, like where the beard is, and it's going up, and now it's getting into the
Over the
sides.
years?
Like it's
I think
over.
a full head of gray hair looks pretty good, though.
Yeah, it's just it's coming faster than I'd like to admit.
Is it?
I think so.
How old should you be when your hair goes gray? I don't even know.
There's no, because I had a friend of mine that went gray at like 22, and then some of them go bald at 24.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I'd rather have a full
head of
gray
gray
head of
hair.
hair
Yeah.
than bald.
For sure.
Like that's
All day.
That's perfectly fine with me. But yeah, your hair is dark.
My hair's still dark, but my beard's a lot of gray.
Yeah, but you're thinning.
I'm thinning up
So
top.
it's like
yeah.
it's gonna be an interesting run for you.
Yeah.
If you can keep that gray off, then it's worth combing over.
Yeah.
That's Stu doesn't have to worry about any of this. He really did.
Yeah.
Somehow this inbred won the genetic lottery. I don't get it at all.
It's full on. The only time I can really see my hairs is gray hair in my head is when I get a haircut short. Like when I get a brand new haircut, more a little high and tight. But as soon as it gets just a little length to it, the little grays that I have, they get covered up by the dark hair. It sucks.
He's living his best life.
What a hero.
Yeah.
What a hero.
He's a kept man, and he has a full head of hair. He's younger than his fraternity brothers.
Some of them.
It's Stu's world.
Yeah. Brendan, pushing your age there, aren't you?
I mean,
Getting crow's feet is what you said?
oh, it's everywhere. The whole fucking situation is a nightmare.
Yeah, but you're in better shape than you've been in since I've
Yeah.
ever known you. Or you, I should say, physically look to be in better shape than, because whether or not you're in the greatest shape of your life, that's a different.
Yeah, no, I think,
What's it look like on the inside?
oh, like Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
Like Swiss cheese. And I've already noticed it's like fading. Like I had gotten to a point and now I'm still working and it's starting to like,
Oh, really?
I could see the turn. Cause it was like, I would get out of the shower and I'd be like, that's what I'm talking about. And now I'm getting in the shower and
Double
I'm like,
finger guns yourself.
yeah,
when you get out of
I would double finger.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that dude is fucking hot. And now I'm getting in the shower and I'm like, I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a subtle difference. And the winter, man, the winter is it's a cruel beast.
Yeah.
Because you're like, and it's little things though. Like I was sitting out here the other night and I was just eating all that Halloween candy that's over my left
Yeah.
shoulder.
That was bad yesterday. I had 6 or 8 pieces of that Halloween candy. I couldn't stay out of it.
It's really hard not to.
My kids didn't do shit this year for the Halloween candy. My oldest one walked around. We all walked around as a family. He went to like 4 houses. He wasn't really into it. Younger one, 2 years younger, he hit a bunch, but he's into all this fucking sour stuff. And I'm like,
I hate sour
I'm
stuff.
like, if it doesn't have chocolate and or peanut butter, it can get the fuck out.
Hold on. It has to have peanut butter?
No, I said and or.
Chocolate or
Okay, and/or because
Yeah.
I'm a chocolate and caramel guy. Like that is my jam.
all day. I'll do that.
Yep.
But you can take your Mounds and Almond Joys and go to hell.
See, I won't. But you're anti coconut.
Yes.
See,
that's
I
a
love
totally
the mounds. I hate the nut. I like the mounds.
Some
Coconut.
people like nuts, some don't.
Yeah,
Just
that's
don't
the
like
whole
the nut.
jingle.
They literally built a
Yeah.
jingle around it.
They made you a version of that, what you want.
People shit on mounds all the time. I love mounds. I like coconut and chocolate. It goes good together.
I agree with you, but for me, you can kick rocks if it doesn't have chocolate.
Yeah.
Like that's I'll eat. The only exception being, I like a blow pop over a Tootsie Pop. It's the only exception where chocolate, because Tootsie chocolate, that is like the most low rent chocolate in the world.
I like them both, but
Would you rather have a blow pop or a Tootsie Pop? Your favorite?
probably a blow pop.
Blow.
Yeah, the blow pop is nice, man. Because especially when you get to that moment, right?
Plus, I think the pop is better on the blow pop.
Plus the Tootsie one, the stick always turns the paper quicker. Like I don't know if
Something
it's
about the way the chocolate,
Yeah, just
because
like-
it's a fake ass chocolate.
Yeah.
But there's something about that moment when you crack through and you get to the gum, but there's still a little of the crunchy lollipop floating around, and you get in there and those crystals are like crack, crack, crack,
Yep.
crack, and you're like, this you can't even blow a bubble with this gum because it's, and then all of a sudden they all go away and it's like, I have gum, horrible gum at that.
And then you spit it out 5
You're
minutes later.
absolutely right because that gum is trash.
And then I
don't know if you know this, but it's been the side of a sucker for like ever.
Yeah. Like, and you didn't even let it hatch.
Yeah.
Like, you're just going in after it.
yeah, I don't people that hand out taffy or hand out what's the other, gummy bear, anything gummy. I hate gummies. I hate taffy. Just can't do it.
Yeah. Do you like fudge?
Certain fudges. I don't really like the real sweet ones. I like a good chocolate flavor to it.
There you go. You hit one.
Finally, he's 1 for 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Sinking bucket.
I basically just want anything that has Reese's. Like if it's a Reese's candy, I will eat it.
Okay.
100%.
Reese's Pieces.
All day.
I can't stand a Reese's
Love a
Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. Actually, my wife, for dinner, for dessert, she bought, because they were on sale the other day at the grocery store, caramel and chocolate dip apples that were rolled in Reese's Pieces. And we cut one up and split it as a family. It was freaking
That
awesome.
sounds kind of dope.
It was.
I'm not
It
going to
was.
argue with that. That sounds pretty cool.
So candied apple with Reese's all around it.
Yeah. Chocolate and caramel dipped and then rolled in Reese's.
But you see, it's that caramel that's going to help save the Reese's Pieces for me.
There's and nobody ever says, I can't wait to get to the apple.
To me, the apple mixes well with it.
Apple is a very nice foundation for candy.
I eat apples and peanut butter. I'll dip apples and peanut butter all day long. I do that.
There you go. See,
that's a lunch staple.
You were just trying to be funny then. See, you like apples. Don't give me this nonsense.
I won't eat a straight caramel apple.
I don't like candied apples.
No, I won't eat a candied apple just straight up.
What's a candied apple?
It's like that red candy.
It's like dip.
Sucker dip. You've seen it.
It's not caramel. It's an apple-based dipping sauce.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that. That's nonsense. It's like we just melted down some Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no thanks.
And I do like a Crunch Bar. Rice Krispies.
The Rice Krispies set that off.
You're like,
I'll take a Mr. Goodbar over Crunch.
You know what never gets enough respect? 100 grand.
Yeah.
100 grand doesn't get respect. It is a tasty treat.
I just love all things peanut. Like, I feel so bad for people with peanut allergy because I'm like, you don't understand what you're missing. We went on a rant about just Planters dry roasted peanuts. Like, they don't get the respect they deserve. Yeah. But like anything peanuts, I'm like, give it to me. Like,
that is like that's the snack food. So I was eating. I've explained this that my biggest vice was those pretzels with the peanut butter dip inside.
Yeah. Yep.
That is horrible for me. Like once I can't stop.
I will actively overeat those. Like I will feel bad and still pop another handful.
You're talking about the big pin you get from Costco.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Little squares.
That big, the barrel they do, the Utz barrel looking thing.
That's what you want.
That's two servings. I
like those.
That's 2 servings.
Yep.
2 servings.
You give me a Snyder's bag, that's 1 serving and wanting more.
Yeah.
That's how much I like those things. Like I love those, but I've really recently just leaned into just eat the peanut.
Yeah.
Don't eat all the other bullshit because at least you're getting some protein. Yeah, you're getting some other bullshit, but like it's a good snack.
Yeah.
That is the snack. About 7 handfuls.
Half a jar.
That's a proper snack, man. That's how you do it.
Yeah, every once in a while, like if I've made s'mores lately, if I have some leftover Hershey's, just plain Hershey's chocolate bars, I'll pop a bag of popcorn and like pop one little Hershey square with like 2 or 3 pieces of popcorn at the same time.
Probably pretty good.
Love that. That is
all the best are sweet and salty. I mean, that's ultimately the best.
To me.
That's like chocolate dip pretzels are amazing.
But I don't have a sweet tooth. So I need that salty or that savory. The only one that I haven't been able to, like the one that I thought would be my ultimate, like Nirvana, was when they started dipping the bacon in the chocolate.
Yeah.
And then when I had it,
it's not as good.
Why isn't it as good as it sounds on paper? Like, doesn't it sound like the perfect treat?
You know what I can't get behind? And I recently had it at the local breakfast place up, and you guys talk about how awesome it is. And I've had it at multiple
that maple
spots.
Biscuit joint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it there and at the Eggs to Go or whatever place. Chicken and waffles. I just can't get behind it.
You just can't do it for you.
I can't do it. I love
and it
both
should
of them.
have all the things.
I love both of them, and it's not bad. I don't like.
But you don't crave it.
I don't. I'm never eating it going, I can't wait to eat more of this.
So the chocolate dip bacon and
Same thing,
the chicken and waffle, it's like on paper. It's like they should just call them communism. Because on paper,
on paper,
it actually makes a ton of sense.
Oh,
it's
we
like,
all get the same stuff? That sounds cool.
We'll all get the same stuff, and I'll do the job that I'm best suited for.
Yeah.
Okay, this is perfect.
Yeah.
And now I'm standing in line with Dookie in my ass, trying to get toilet paper, but no, it's not ready. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
That's what chocolate covered bacon is for me.
Yep.
It's waiting in line for toilet paper in communist society.
That's like
couldn't have said it better.
That's like the what's the other the $1 million bacon at.
Oh,
it's too sweet.
It's too sweet.
The bacon's amazingly cooked. Take the syrup off, and I'll eat that all day long.
Just give me that thick bacon.
Yeah, but I do. So to your point, I'll order the chicken and waffles at the biscuit place, but I just eat the chicken as the chicken, and then I'll ask for some syrup and put it on the waffle.
That's a good idea.
Because I don't agree with putting syrup on my fried chicken.
Yeah.
I feel like communist covered bacon is a good name for
there you go. Covered bacon. I like it. I like it.
Because it's all downhill from there.
Well, it took us to the last minute to get that. I think we can shut it down.
Yeah, now we got the name.
Whew.
We've done it.
Wow. We did it. We got to a name.
Yep.
Hallelujah. Holy shit. Where's the Tylenol? Well, thank you all so much for tuning in this week. We do appreciate the support. And if you are thinking about supporting, do us a favor. Head over to m4krichmond.org. Go to the Donate to a Grower list and find our Inside the Pallet House team and pick your, not your favorite, the one who needs the donations the most. No, but
pick your favorite too.
Seriously, do reach out, donate. We're not going to give you the Venmo account. This is not the month to do it. This is about the kids. We're going to raise some money for kids. We're going to do some well here in the Richmond area. And hopefully one of those kids grows up to be the one that ends up supporting you in your area.
And we're talking real money here. Last year, $609,000. $609,000.
Yeah, legit.
And then this year, our goal is $750,000.
Goodness.
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
Quarters?
Okay, $750,000.
Yep.
Why not? Why not? The lotto's growing. Everything's growing. Seriously, do head over to m4krichmond.org. Check us out. Help us out in any way you can. Greatly appreciate it. It goes to a far better cause than the podcast. You won't hear that come out of my mouth 11 months a year.
Yeah.
But let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah.
They need the money more than we do. These are the people that cannot help themselves.
It's the right time to do it.
Help. If you haven't had a chance to buy some sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com. Drop Abacus in the coupon code.
But wait till December.
Wait till December. Buy them for Christmas.
Yep.
If you do need a mortgage, I get that. Or if you need to refinance and get some cash out of that home, that's still a good time to do that. Anytime you're cash strapped. Hell, you know what you could do? You could refinance your house. Head over to Screen Door Mortgage. Ask for Jimmy. Refinance your house. Pull out about $50,000. Throw it towards M4K.
That's right.
Boom.
Winner.
Nailed it.
I think we have come up with a plan.
Yep.
And we'll buy you some chicken and waffles.
That's a fix.
That's right. Dip some bacon in chocolate. Send you on your way.
We've still got a half a bowl of candy we'll let you get into.
That's right. And if you do have topics to send us, we actually do need them desperately. Send your topics over to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com and we'll take it from there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Peace out.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?